This is 94. This one needs a fair bit more doing to it. We've already, I'll tell you the truth, we've been in here all morning. I've forgotten to do the video, so we've already put skirting boards on. I've got a skirting board to get for that one. We need a windowsill for here. We need to patch in all of these holes. I'll get that in. So we need to put some insulation in there. For some reason they've put loads of random holes. I think those for the electrics. So we need to fill all these holes in that are all over. I've already undercoated the doors. I'm in the process of doing the architraves and skirting boards at the moment. We've just put this skirting board on. We need a door frame for there. We also need a door for there. I need to clean up areas like this, fill the holes in the ceilings that they've been putting the spotlights in. We've already undercoated all these doors, so I need to gloss them. We need to put kickboards on. We need to plumb the sink in. We need to make a spot for the washing machine to be plumbed in. Door and door frame on this section. This is the area where they put a flat roof on there and they've left a big hole underneath the flat roof where the rain's been getting in. So as you can see, it's been creating a lot of condensation. So it doesn't feel too damp. So I'm hoping when we get the dehumidifier in here, it'll dry out in no time and we can give it a sand and sort it out. They've not plumbed in the toilet. They've not plumbed in the sink, as I mentioned in the previous video. We need windowsills. Need to clean down all the windows because they've all been oversprayed. Need to finish off some sort of edging on the tiles there. Actually, that does feel quite wet there. No, that's definitely wet. It must be dripping down the wall there. So yeah, we need to finish off the bathroom here. Then upstairs, let's move that screw. We're going to put some quadrant in the gap there. We need to obviously gloss and undercoat all of this. We need a handrail putting on because there's not a handrail for safety reasons. There's something going on with the floorboard under here. I need to lift the carpets and find out what's going on here. I'm currently undercoating all the woodwork in here and sanding down the skirting boards. As you can see, they've used the old skirting boards and just, well, not even finished them off. We need a couple of extra bits of that one. Clean up the window, put some gloss on the windowsill, sand down all the holes, fill those and, sand them down and paint them. And the back bedroom, I've used skirting boards that don't match, as you can see there in the corner. We're not going to renew it all, we're just going to patch up the areas that they've missed with the skirting boards that we've got, rather than cost the owner an arm and a leg renewing everything. They've put the boilers on the wall and they've not put the flue in. They've not connected any radiators. In fact, there isn't actually any radiators in this whole property. There's the roof that they put on outside, but they've forgotten to put a patch underneath it to stop the rainwater getting in. They put a new roof on that one next door, if you can see it as well. That's a rubber roof, that one. So yeah, this one needs a fair bit of work doing to it, but it's only just patching up. There's no major work. It's just loads of little areas that we need to do. So it's not going to be a massive turnaround on the video, this one, but I thought I'd just show you what we're going to be doing to make it rentable, and hopefully when we finish this it'll be ready for the market. Here's another little weird situation. Number 94A, when I switch the power on, I can hear a pump running, and then if you look outside, when you switch the power on, that happens, and that's a lot of water. So I don't know what the hell's going on there. I've sent a video to the plumber to see if he can shed any light on it. But obviously I'm not going to be able to use the power in 94A because that water will be peeing out of there all the time. So, hello mate. I think you're right about this situation. Last time I looked in here, there was no water in there. I thought I could have actually climbed in because there's a couple of steps, I think, just underneath that water. And I thought, oh, I'll just climb down and have a look, but naturally this is where all the water's going to get stored. So I'm going to make a note of that brick that's up to. I'm going to go and switch it on and see if it starts reducing the amount of water that's held in here, and then if it is, your inquiries will be correct, where there is a pump in there somewhere to get rid of that water. But where the hell that water's coming from, God knows. So we'll empty it, see if it comes down, and then we'll climb in and have a look. Right, I'm in the hole. Got a few broken tellies down here. Breeze back wall. Floor joists upstairs. But in this corner, we've got a nice bath-sized hole. It's obviously purpose made because of all the bricks. Looks like the pump is behind there because there's an electrical cable and some sort of boxy thing behind there. But that area there in the corner, I can get the shadow out of the way if you can see it. You can see that's constantly flowing. So that's obviously why it fills up from that corner, or there might be other areas under the water that are filling it. But it's constant flow, so that's why they've put the pump in, obviously. I don't know whether it's from the mains or whether it's from a beck or what, but yeah, that's answered the question. We'll just have to keep an eye on that in the meantime. Oh, hello, we're back at Durham today, back at Willington on the High Street. I'm not sure whether I've showed you the door, but we've got the door on. We've got the top patched up now, so the door's all finished. I just need to get the little cracks and things sorted that the window installers have done. We're sort of in the mix of it all at the moment with this one, but the majority of the work is getting done and is done, even though it looks like an absolute hellhole. But we're coming to the end of finishing off all of the paint work and the gloss work and the timber and the skirting boards and things that we've had to put on. We've got that gap filled at the side of the stairs with some quadrant. I've got all that undercoated and glossed. We've got the handrail on. The electrician's on his way over actually, so we're going to get the electrical safety certificate done today. All that gloss work's been finished. We've finished off these skirting boards. I just need a little bit there to finish off around the door. We're going to put a piece of wood over there and paint it to make it look a little prettier. I've still got that to gloss. That was put on yesterday, but all the other woodwork in here has been painted. All the holes in the walls have been filled. Remember there was holes under the plug sockets, so we've got them filled and then patched up. We're now putting the door handles on because none of the doors had door handles, so we're in the process of that. Skirting boards in here have all been put on. That wall was all black, if you remember rightly. You can still see it on the plug socket a little bit where I need to touch up. Fortunately, we managed to find the paint to match the rest of it, which is this Leyland contract mat. I found an old tub of it next door, so we bought another tub, and fortunately it matches, so we don't have to paint everything, we can just patch it up. Got a couple of holes still to sort out. The extractor fan, we've managed to silicone round that because it was letting out loads of soot, and that's what was going all over the wall. So we sorted that. We've still got, the kickboards have been put on. We got the door put on, we've still got the door frame to finish around there, which is getting done next week. In the bathroom, we've lifted the lino because the plumber has been overlaying some pipes in. He's put the hole in the back of the toilet there, the wall for the toilet stench pipe. I've got this to clean off next week. Fortunately, it might be ready to paint and, well, scrape off and paint now. The electrician's coming over to fix these lights. Got a windowsill to put on there. And then I'm here today to give it a good clean up because we've been making a load of mess with the sanding and sawing and filling, etc. So I'm going to clean all this and hoover it all up today. Upstairs, the plumber has already started. As you can see, the carpet's been lifted. We've got this floorboard here to sort out. And in here, he's lifted the floors again, ready to put the radiator on that wall there. But all of the gloss work's been done, sanded down. Windowsill's been painted. We've sanded all this down. We put a new, I need to gloss that bit actually. Put a new skirting board there, which we managed to make up to match the others. Door is in the process of getting sanded. We've just sanded this down so it'll fit. It's already glossed. We did it last week, so we just need to do this side edge. In the back room, we've lifted the carpet completely. As you can see, the plumber is putting his pipes in there. He's got his flue to put in the top there. We found a few situations that are a bit of a bummer due to the fact the previous people have painted, as you can see up there, they've painted the walls on fresh plaster. So if you knock it or you bang it, unfortunately a large section comes off, which is when I was sanding down that woodwork around the window, that's what happened with that. So we've caulked it and we filled it and stuck it back to the wall. Not ideal, but we don't want to be going around the whole house decorating it, especially after it's all been freshly painted. I've got this skirting board to sort out here. Obviously the floors will be going back down hopefully starting next week, so we can start putting this place back together. All the door frames and everything have been put on here and all painted. I've got to gloss the handrail. Oh, I might not gloss the handrail actually, but it's quite nice. So I need to clean all this up now, and then we can start putting carpets back down, and then there's the bathroom situation to sort out next week, and then we'll be getting next door sorted. Next door is not really got anything to do in there. We've discovered a leak. from the sink upstairs, which we're in the process of fixing. That was getting the back wall all wet, so we've got a dehumidifier in there at the moment, drying it out. So I'll get this place finished off and do another video for next week with it all done, and then I'll do an update on next door once we've got that one started. There's not much to do in there, so there won't be much difference in the way that you can see the videos change. It'll be just general gloss work, etc., so it won't look too different. Anyway, so I'll give you another update when we get this one tidied up and get that door on. We'll get the spotlights sorted out, because there was holes actually around the spotlights. We need to get those all set properly. The electrician's coming in today because it looks like they've cut the holes with a bread knife or something. So I'll get all those sorted today, and then we'll get this cleaned up next week, and I'll do another video to show the finished product. Right, 94 High Street. This is the last one, the second one. We put the door on this one, and then we filled in the area at the top. We put a step on, and then we put some wood underneath to match it up. Skirt boards. We put the quadrant up the stairs, painted all that, put the handrail on, put the skirting boards back on, had the radiators fitted, did the boxing for the pipe work. There was holes underneath all of the plug sockets. We filled and painted all them. Door handles for all the doors, we put those on, carried out the boxing further along the skirting boards there, and then more boxing up there. We had a mains water feed put in under there from the cellar, because there was no water into this building at all. We had the pipe work and the radiators plumbed in on the boiler upstairs, put the waste in for that sink, put that door on. We had to lift all of this, and then we had the waste put in for the toilet, the waste put in for the sink, put all the plastic trims around the tiles, windowsills. We replaced that glass as well, if I remember rightly, because it had a big crack in it. Had that radiator put on, got all the skirting boards cleaned up and painted all the walls and ceilings in vinyl silk. Put the bath panel back on, ended up putting up the shower and shower rail because they fell down as well, because they weren't mounted properly. Skirting boards all through, kickboards underneath there, shelves in all the cupboards. Put the door on, put the door frames on. Put these little bezels around all of the lights because they'd been cut really badly. We had that heat sensor put in for the safety inspection for the electrics. Cleaned all this wall because it was black with soot. Up on the first floor, painted all of the woodwork. Pretty much all the woodwork in the house has been undercoated and glossed. There was a dodgy floorboard there, if I remember rightly. We ended up lifting the floors and fixing that. We had to lift all the carpets in both of these bedrooms so we could get the radiators put in. Skirting boards were in a bit of a state, so we sanded all them down, renewed that section of skirting there, cleaned all the windows because the people who sprayed the property previous had sprayed all the windows. I think there was holes under all the plug sockets and light fittings, and we filled all them. Finished off the door frames, the architraves on the door frames, doors and door handles, had that radiator put on. Sorted out all the skirting board. There was a hole in the floor over there. Renewed the skirt into this section. Pipework's all been done. Flue's been filled all around the window and painted it. And I think that's pretty much it in this one. We're all done and dusted, and that's another property finished with, and then on to the next one.